Today I'm going to be doing a talk through video for you. My last few videos have all been voiceover, and when I don't do talk through videos I feel like I miss you guys. So I'm going to be chatting. I'm going to do my full everyday makeup look but using all drugstore products. To put another spin on this video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A as I'm doing the makeup. First up, primer. The one that I'm going to be trying today is from Wet n Wild. This is their coverall primer. Let's see what the texture of this is. It's a little bit tacky, which is good because it'll hold your makeup. But I think for someone like me, because I have obvious pores, I need something that's also like a pore minimizer. And this one, you could still see quite a bit of texture on my skin. We'll see how it holds up against the makeup. For foundation, I am using the Maybelline Dream Cushion Liquid Foundation. I actually really love this foundation for everyday makeup, especially if you are in a hurry and you don't have a lot of time. These are so good because you could just go you don't have to like sit there and pour it out and stuff. And it looks like that. I'm pretty tanned right now. You guys can't tell, but I actually finally got a tan, which I'm so happy about. So I'm gonna go for a slightly darker color. This one is number 40. We'll see if this is the right color or not. Let's test this baby out. I'm gonna be using a foundation brush rather than the sponge that it comes with. You could definitely use a sponge, whatever your preference, but I kind of just like to stick the brush into the cushion. This looks a bit light. That's crazy. I thought this was going to be too dark for me. I will tell you guys off the bat, I'm seeing so much texture on my skin from that primer. I'm just gonna keep applying this because I feel like even though the color looked light when I first put it on, it's getting darker as it sits on my skin. Some foundations do that. Sometimes you kind of just gotta test it out. So if you guys are wondering about the brush that I'm using, because every time I use it, you guys ask about it, I did a whole little thing on it in my last April favorites video. I'm gonna link it for you guys right here. Go check it out. It's a great video if you want to know some products that I think are really, really good, and I definitely recommend them, including these brushes. So that is it for foundation. I love that coverage. I had so many great drugstore concealer options. This palette from Maybelline, this is great to have in your makeup kit because it has all the shades you need for any type of color correcting. It also comes in a darker shade, which is great for contouring, for dark circles under the eyes. I'm gonna try this today. The Master Conceal Camouflage Concealer. As I'm opening this package, I'm gonna answer a question. The first question comes from It's Noor. If you could choose anyone to do a makeup look for, who would it be? Always such a hard question. I think I would choose Bella Hadid. I think her face is just so beautiful. She has like the most beautiful features and her skin is incredible. She would be an amazing canvas, and I think she looks great with a lot of different types of makeup looks, not just one thing. So I think she's the type of person who you could just like play and play with her face and you like never get tired of it. This is a full coverage concealer. This is great for imperfections, dark circles. This is a full coverage, high resistant concealer. This is also great if you're doing your makeup in the morning and then you leave the house. You don't have time to touch up throughout the day. You just want your makeup to last. This would be a great concealer because it's a long wear concealer. For powder, I'm using the CoverGirl Clean Press Powder. Powders are also another thing I do not have a lot of in drugstore products. So if you guys know good drugstore powders, leave them in the comments for us below. Time for another question. Deriza asks, have you ever been in Croatia? If not, will you? We can have a coffee. Of course, I would love that. I've never been to Croatia. It's definitely one of my places that it's a place that I've always wanted to go to because I heard the beaches there are amazing. For bronzer, I'm using the Rimmel London Natural Bronzer. This is probably my favorite drugstore bronzer. If you guys have other ones that you like, share them below. Going back to the question, I've never been to that part of Europe. I've never been to that side of Europe. So I would love to go one day, maybe sooner than later, hopefully. So I'm using this bronzer all over because I want more of a bronzy look rather than like a contour look. And then I always like to take it down on my neck, just to blend everything in. Considering that this entire face is all Drugstore, I really like how this looks. I think it looks bronzy, it looks pretty. Let's do another question. Apple by Beauty asks, how is your laser going? I absolutely love laser. I would never ever go back to not getting laser. I'm using the Maybelline Master Contour Palette, and I'm using this color right here. So laser for me was the best thing ever because, first of all, you never have to shave again. Like, how amazing is that? So I ended up getting 6 sessions total. I was getting my underarms and my bikini line, and I would love to go and get pretty much my entire body lasered, arms, legs, everything. So I did 6 sessions total, and I went, and you go like every 6 weeks apart. It was amazing because ever since I started getting laser, I did not get one single ingrown hair. I thought it was gonna hurt. It did not hurt at all. It is nothing compared to getting your bikini waxed. Getting your bikini wax is torture compared to this. I would choose laser over waxing any day. For blush and highlight, I'm actually gonna use the colors, the same palette. So I'm gonna use blush color and the highlight color. Another question, Juanita11 asks, what foundation did he use? Juanita is referring to the picture that I posted on my Instagram with Makeup by Mario. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would know I recently was Makeup by Mario's model at BeautyCon New York, which was crazy and amazing. It was so awesome because he actually did my makeup, which is crazy. All right, guys, Mario, look at this. We're about to do this. I'm excited, but I'm nervous.
Take now. You see the color? It doesn't look like a brown. It just does something to the eyes where it really pops out the color.
That is what she's referring to. What foundation did he use? And he actually did not use any foundation on me. He just used very unconventional things. So for example, for my eyeliner in my waterline, he smudged this like beautiful auburn color in my waterline, and he used a brow pencil. And he said that the brow pencil is like waxier and it actually like sticks a lot better. So it's really good to use that in your waterline, which is such a good tip. I'm surprised I never thought of that. For my lips, instead of using a lip liner, which he says he doesn't like to do, he doesn't like using lip liners. Instead, he used a liquid lipstick as my lip liner. And he said that that will just last so much longer than any lip liner would, which makes sense as well. For eyebrows, I'm gonna be using my favorite eyebrow pencil, which also happens to be Drugstore. It is the Maybelline Precise Micro Pencil in the color Soft Brown. So back to Mario. Everything he did was just so different than what I've seen in makeup. It was so refreshing because I feel like it's very easy to kind of just get stuck doing the same thing over and over and over. My favorite thing ever is watching other makeup artists because you always learn something new and you always like pick up something that you've never thought of doing. So Mario was amazing, plus he was super sweet and so kind, and it was just so cool to be able to meet him and, you know, be his model and just like hear him talk about makeup. And I couldn't see him doing the makeup because it was being done on me. That was the only sad part about it. Kimmy Morales asks, what can I do to stop the shiny oil on my face? Says, I'm from Chile and some products that you use, I can't find them here. I totally understand that and I'm very sorry. I know that a lot of you guys are from all around the world. Let me know what city you guys are from. I'd love to hear it because I know that people from all around the world watch my videos. For oil, for shine, I recommend a few things. Number one, if your skin is really, really oily and you know you're gonna be wearing makeup, you can actually skip moisturizer and just use a primer. If you're gonna skip moisturizer, you have to use a primer because you can't skip both. Your skin needs a little bit of hydration. I for sure recommend an oil control primer. That's really, really important. For foundation, I would recommend a matte foundation rather than something that's like more dewy because that's just not gonna work with your skin. So you want to for sure use a matte or at least a semi-matte foundation. And then lastly, you need to set with powder. If you don't set with powder, it's gonna get really oily throughout the day. Setting your entire face with powder will really help. So those three things: oil control primer, matte foundation, set with powder. For the eyes, I'm gonna start with a little bit of eye primer. This one is from Wet n Wild. There's so many good drugstore eyeshadow palettes out there. Today, I'm actually gonna use this one from CoverGirl. I'm taking this nude color and just applying that all over my lid. I like to do this step because I find that it makes blending other eyeshadows that you apply a lot easier. Like they just kind of don't stick in one spot, they just blend a lot smoother. I'm going in with the mid-tone brown shadow from the palette. So the eye look is gonna be very easy. This is something that I love to do for every day because I find sometimes like if I don't put eye makeup on, and I definitely don't do it all the time, but I find that it makes me look really tired. Do you guys ever get that? I feel like when I don't have any eye makeup on, I look tired. So I need a little something. I'm gonna take a tiny little bit of the darker brown, this one here, and just kind of darkening that outer corner. Let's go for another question, guys. Haiti Killer asks, was it hard building up your clientele as a makeup artist? And how did you get started? Love all your looks. I remember when I first started doing makeup, I was doing a lot of work for free. I basically wanted any excuse to get my hands on people's faces so I can practice. And I remember actually, which is crazy looking back at this now, I put out an ad on Craigslist saying, looking for models to practice makeup on. You do not need to be a professional. And people would come to my house and I would practice doing makeup on them and I would take their pictures. But now that I think about it, that's crazy that I did that because that's so dangerous to just have people that I've never met from Craigslist coming to my house. Thank God nothing happened. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff for free. I networked as much as I could. I told everyone that I was a makeup artist. I told all my friends to tell their friends. I created a website to make sure that I get my name out there. I'm taking the darkest bronzy color now, sweeping that along my lower lash line, and then taking the darkest color. I want to use this color as a liner, so I'm taking a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm using the NYX Matte Finish Liquid Lasting Setting Spray, and I'm going to spray my brush with the setting spray. A couple nice sprays. Dip that into that dark color. Just kind of push it in. Let's take another question. Shaz256 asks, what is your ethnic background and what is your current favorite makeup trend? My ethnic background, I'm Egyptian. I know you guys always ask that. I feel like I have to say it in every Q&A. Yes, I'm Egyptian. I was born in Egypt. My family moved to Canada when I was 5, and I grew up in Canada and now I live in Los Angeles. And then the second question is, what is my favorite makeup trend? I think I'm gonna have to say, and this might be a little bit boring, the glowy skin trend, because I think beautiful, glowy, highlighted skin is just the most prettiest thing ever. And I think there's so many amazing products out there now to get that look. So just beautiful, gorgeous, glowy skin that just makes you not even want to apply any other makeup really. So all I'm doing is I just keep adding more product onto my brush, spraying it a little bit, and then making that line thicker. But I started off super thin because I didn't want it to kind of get away from me, which can for sure happen sometimes. And using eyeshadow and a brush is a lot easier sometimes than using pencil. I'm using a very natural pair of lashes from Salon Perfect. These ones up here, number 53. You guys, these lashes are awesome. They're so natural looking and they're so easy to put on because the strip. Thank you. The strip of the lashes is really thin and the lashes are really light, so they just go on in seconds. I decided to pull my hair back a little bit for the last part of this look and the last question. This is probably hands down one of my all-time favorite lip products ever. This is from L'Oreal. It is the Le Matte lip color. Even though it's matte, it's a really comfortable texture. So you could wear this all day. It won't feel like your lips are dry at all. So I kind of lined my entire lip, and now I'm gonna go in and fill. I'm gonna try to answer a question while I'm doing this. Koki on Twitter asked a bunch of questions. If you owned a brand, what products would you love to start with, or what brand would you love to collaborate with if you had a chance? I would love to hear from you guys what you guys think, but I'll tell you my picks. If I could pick any brand to collaborate with, I would love to collaborate with Smashbox. I would love to collaborate with MAC, Makeup Forever, because that is the very first and only makeup company that I ever actually worked for. I used to work with Makeup Forever back in the day at their makeup counter. Probably BH Cosmetics, because I really love their stuff and I'm a huge fan of all of their products, and I think they're a great affordable price. And yeah, those would be my picks. I have a feeling it's gonna happen sooner than later, but it will only happen with your support. And I appreciate it so, so much. You guys know I love you. And I definitely would not be here without you. So that is the lip color. How pretty is that? If you're looking for an everyday drugstore look, I hope this one does the trick for you guys. Let me know what you think of doing the tutorial / Q&A. I had a lot of fun doing it, but I'd love to hear your feedback. I promised you that once we hit 600,000, I'm gonna do a huge giveaway, and I've teamed up with an amazing brand, and they're gonna be giving away so much product. You guys don't even understand. So let's get to that 600 as soon as possible so we can do this giveaway. And subscribe, like, and oh, follow me on Instagram. Add me at Eman right here. Love you guys, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.